thought it'd be a fun idea to share some easy and simple ways to do your eyeshadow and your eye makeup for New Year's. No matter if you're staying at home, like we probably are, or whether you're going out on the town, this makeup look will work for you no matter what you use it for, and it would work really, really good for a regular date night too. So because I love glitter and I love gold, I'm gonna add that into today's makeup look. It's a super simple and easy look that any of you guys can do. So let's get started. Okay guys, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel here, The Melea Show, by clicking the little eye in the corner over here, or if you're on your phone, you can click the upside down triangle in this corner and it'll pop it open for you. Make sure you're getting notifications by clicking that bell icon because YouTube has not been notifying people when videos are going live, and I don't want you guys to miss anything fun that I put up here on YouTube for you guys. Alright, so we are going to start and we are going to do this fun glitter eye makeup tutorial for you guys that you guys can use for New Year's Eve, or basically anytime you have a date night, because it is subtle enough that you can use anytime that you want to go out. So just before we get started, I want to let you guys know I already have foundation on, blush, bronzer, a little bit of contouring, and I've already filled in my eyebrows. You guys know that I love the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil, so I've already filled in my eyebrows. I personally don't believe anyone has perfect eyebrows, so everyone needs to be filling in their eyebrows and shaping them the way that they want them to look. I like mine a little bit more natural looking with an arch. So anyway, now that we have this done, we're gonna move on to the fun stuff, which is eye makeup. I have no eye makeup on at all. I will say that if you have oily eyelids or oily skin in general, if eyeshadow comes off really fast on you or doesn't stay the whole day long, you need to use an eyeshadow primer. I do not use an eyeshadow primer because my skin is very dry, but if you do have oily skin, I would recommend using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. This is a sample. If you guys can get your hands on a sample, do, because it will last you forever. And if you do buy the tube of it, it will last you a really long time. You don't need very much to put on your eyes. So start with that and then move on to the rest of the tutorial. So since you guys know that I'm partial to gold, I'm going to be using gold in today's eye tutorial. And I like using golds or blacks or neutral colors on the eyes so you can do something fun with the lips. And I'll show you guys more about that at the end of the video. But today I'm going to be using the Naked Smoky palette. The reason why I chose to use this one instead of the Naked 2 palette, which is my favorite, is because I posted on Instagram how this palette went 50% off, and I know a ton of you guys grabbed it, so I know a lot of you guys have this palette already. If you don't, I'm going to link you to it below in the YouTube description. It's not 50% off anymore, but I would still pay full price for it. I love it. The colors inside are gorgeous, and they're going to be perfect for today's tutorial. If you don't have this palette or don't want to buy it, just use similar colors to the ones that I'm showing you guys, and you'll be able to pull off a very similar look. I am using the brushes that come inside the Naked palette, so you won't have to go buy a new brush or anything. It comes inside the palette, so this should be super, super easy and simple for you guys. I am going to start with this color right here. It's called Radar. You see that it's kind of more of a brown, bronzy color. We're going to sweep that over the entire actual eyelid, which is all of this part. We don't want to go above. Once we hit bone, we want to stay just on the actual eye. Okay, there you go. You have one eye done and one eye not done. I am not going to speed up the video on this for the makeup tutorial because I've had a lot of you guys ask me not to do that, so you guys can see what strokes I'm using for my brush and how I'm blending. And you can't see that when I speed it up and it's into like fast motion. So I'm gonna just leave it. If you guys want to just fast forward a little bit because you don't want to see the strokes, that's fine. But I want to make sure that anyone who does want to see the strokes will be there. So I'm gonna do the other side now. Okay, once I have that base color, I'm going to now use my eyelash curler. Mine's really dirty. I will also say this again, I mentioned it in other videos, but I like to heat my eyelash curler up. Your eyelashes will curl better, but warning, 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 I'm telling you this, and I'm gonna say it again, be very, very careful. You need to test it on your lips first, or on your arm or on your hand to make sure it's not too hot, or it will burn you. So don't say I didn't warn you, but you wanna get it warm enough that it's, you wanna get it hot enough that it's warm, so it'll actually curl your eyelashes. You'll also notice that I'm curling my eyelashes before I put on my eyeliner. The reason is sometimes with liquid liners, depending on the brand that you're using, you might have to reapply it because it'll come off on your eyelash curler, especially when it's warm. So we might have to do it again at the end, but it just depends on your application. clearly still trying to open this one for you guys. This is the NYX Glam Liner Aqualux. It is waterproof. You guys know I love waterproof eye makeup. It lasts longer. I think it goes on better. And when you're sweating because you're dancing all night at a New Year's Eve party, or you're crying, or whatever it is, it will stay on, and that's why I like waterproof so much. And I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like on my hand so you can see it before we put it on our eye. This was not very expensive. I wanna say it was like around $5 if I remember right. But it is very, very pretty, and it is a liquid liner, so it will stay on. Can you guys see? I'm gonna try to move it in the light. That it glitters, it's shiny. So that is what we're gonna be using on the inside corners of our eyes. We're gonna break up our eyes into sections. So we are gonna have the first quarter part be with gold. We're gonna have the rest of that, which is about 3/4 of black liquid eyeliner. The bottom you can do with a whole bottom black liquid eyeliner, or you can do a quarter. It's totally up to you. There's a few different variations of this, so I'm gonna show you guys one version and then tell you what else you can do. So let me close my eyes even closer. So you guys can hopefully see what that looks like. And we want to do that on the inside corners so we can pop the eyes open. We put like a shiny or an iridescent on the inside corners of our eyes, it pops them open, and I really like that. We're now going to use a black liquid liner. You guys can use a kohl liner if you want. You can smudge it up and do more of a smoky eye and still do something like this. Give it more of a sexy look. You could totally pull that off. But today I'm gonna be using a liquid liner, and I have two that I'm really liking right now. The Stila Stay All Day Liquid eyeliner. It's waterproof. Again, I love waterproof. This one is a really good one, and I also really like the Laura Geller Eye Calligraphy Black Liquid Eyeliner Pen. I like both of these because they stand well and they're easy to put on. This is a more flexible tip. It is more like a paintbrush, so it is harder to put on. The Laura Geller one is more like a felt tip marker, which is easier to put on. So if you guys want to try one of these are the ones I'd go for. Again, I'll link you guys to all the products below in the YouTube description so you can find them if you want them. And since this is New Year's Eve, it's okay if your line is thicker. We kind of want a little bit of a thicker line instead of a really thin eyeliner line, because we want the eyeliner to be what stands out. We're gonna have a more subdued eyeshadow and a more crazy eyeliner. So now if you're looking at my eyes, you're noticing that it is pretty abrupt. The lines are pretty abrupt, right? We have gold and then it's all of a sudden black. So this is where you're gonna take the gold one again, and you're gonna slightly taper off that gold one. So it's not a distinct like straight line. Here, let me show you. Again, let me close my eyes and show you guys. This side, see how the gold kind of tapers down into a really, really thin line? We're almost doing kind of like a crossing. Now don't freak out yet, because we still have to put on mascara, we still have to do a bunch of our eyes. So this is where we're also going to take our black liquid eyeliner. We're going to do the bottom. I personally like to only put my liquid liner into about 1/4 of my eye. I think it makes my eyes pop more, I like it. But if you're going for a more dramatic look, then go all the way across. Okay, we're gonna do the bottoms now. That is what I mean when I mean by just 1/4 inside and we're making a thin line. You're also connecting both lines, so you're not gonna have like a disconnection from the top to the bottom. Okay, so now you're gonna notice, okay, so we don't have very much eyeshadow on. This is where we're going to get a little bit crazier. If you guys want more of a smoky, sexy eye look, you are going to take black or super dark brown, and you're going to do just the corner right here. And you're gonna do here to here, here to here, and you're gonna blend it in. So that's what we're gonna do today to show you guys what this looks like. I'm gonna use the color Black Market. It is a really dark color. It actually has a little bit of a blue tint to the black. So we're gonna use that to kind of spice up the eyes just a little bit. I'm also gonna be using the other side of the brush, the one that is not fluffy. I'm gonna be using the more tapered or stiff side so I can actually draw it on. So you're gonna do a line here and a line just above the black eyeliner, and then we're gonna blend it in this way. This is what it looks like before you blend it. You guys can see that I just kind of outlined it like you're coloring a coloring book. Now we're gonna take the other side and we're gonna blend it in. I'm gonna use that windshield wiper motion I told you guys before, back and forth. This is when you're starting to hit the actual brow bone. See how that's blended in just a little bit more? Looks good, right? We're gonna do the other side. Now you'll see that the insides of our eyes still need a little bit more pop. We have some gold in there, but what I'm actually gonna do is grab one of my Ulta eyeshadows that I totally love. This is the Gold Digger Glitter Eyeshadow from Ulta. I think it's about $8 full price, but I usually buy them on their buy two get two free sale. I'm going to be using this on the inner corners of my eye to kind of brighten everything up. I've also taken a new brush and I've gotten the top wet and kind of dried it off so it's a little bit damp. The reason why I did that is because I'm going to actually dab the glitter on. If you swipe it on, you'll get a bunch of fall down here, and then you have to fix this part of your face, and it doesn't stay on as well. So make sure you get your brush a little bit wet, and when you do use your eyeshadow, make sure you stay on one half side of the eyeshadow, because you don't want to be using a wet brush where on the dry brush side. Does that make sense? So that way you always have a side of your eyeshadow that you use when it's wet and then a side you use when it's dry. So I'm gonna dab. And I'm only gonna stay in that corner triangle portion. Okay, can you guys see that? Dabbing only, do not go like this, do not brush it on. We want dabs so the glitter actually sticks to the eyeshadow and your eyelid. And as with all the eye makeup I'm showing you guys today, you can make this as heavy or as light as you want depending on where you're going and what you're doing for New Year's. So this is a pretty, I don't know, maybe medium look. You can go lighter with a lighter hand, or you guys can go darker. It's totally up to you. Now I'm switching back brushes to the same brush that helps me blend. I'm gonna slightly blend out anything else that needs to be so the glitter doesn't have a stark line. Super easy. Obviously this video is gonna take longer if I'm telling you step by step, and I'm not speeding up the actual video, or it probably would have been like a 3-minute video. Now, we are going to use mascara. Please use waterproof mascara on New Year's if you're gonna be going out dancing, clubbing, whatever. Waterproof is the best for that, or you're gonna have makeup smears down your face and no one is gonna want to kiss you at midnight if you have mascara running down your face. So please use your waterproof. I've told you guys this before, my favorite waterproof mascara is the Rocket by Maybelline. It's like $6 or $7. It is awesome, and it is better than any of the expensive like designer brand or like prestige brand of mascaras that I found that are like 20 or 30 bucks. $6 and it's awesome. Okay, so at this point, the light outside just got really bright. The sun came out, so obviously this is a little bit brighter for me. Whew. Hope you guys can still see everything okay. All right, so now at this point, my eyes are pretty much done. The one thing we haven't done is we haven't done anything on the brow bone right underneath the eyes. It helps make your eyes look bigger and brighter. So you need an iridescent shadow that you can put right underneath on that brow bone, underneath the underneath the eyebrow. So the one that I like is the Anastasia Glow Kit. I've used the bronzers and the highlighters on my nose and around the eyes already, but now I'm going to be using either the bubbly or this one right here, right underneath the eye. If you don't have this palette, you can use any sort of iridescent type of shadow. Okay, there you have it. The eyes are done. Now, if you want to take this up a notch and you want to make it even crazier, sexier, whatever, you want to just make it more wild for New Year's, eyeline your eyes all the way to the corner. You also can take the gold and put it down here on the corner too, so you basically have a V of gold glitter. You can also use a kohl liner, like I said before, and smudge it to make it even crazier. But this is a really simple way, and these are super cool. NYX has them in a few different colors. I bought the black one too, but I'm assuming that it's pretty similar to the gold one. So now all you need is some lipstick color. Choose whatever color you want. It's gonna drastically change the look of your eyeshadow depending on the color you choose. I went with the pink. This is called Hot Nights by NYX. It's their butter lipstick. So hopefully you guys can use something like this or modify it a little bit to come up with a really fun New Year's Eve look this year, no matter what you're doing. I have no idea what we're doing for New Year's. We're probably staying home because we have little kids, but we're still gonna have a blast, and you can still wear this makeup for any date night that you go on. So remember the techniques for the future. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up so I know you guys like these videos and want to see more of them. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have the best New Year's ever. Don't drink and drive, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.